Once again, we are live. I want to thank everybody for their continued support. As you enter the building, as you enter this live, go ahead, hit up the chat. Let me know you in the building. As you enter this live, let me know you in the building. Hit up the chat. Listen, I have a special guest. I love y'all so much. I got a special guest. As y'all enter the building, go ahead, hit up the chat. Say what's up.
What's up?
We got something. We got something powerful for y'all today, man. Powerful story. A powerful story. As you enter this building, go ahead and say what's up on the chat. Like I said, I thank y'all. Not fear, appreciate you, bro. As you enter the building, go ahead, because I want y'all to hear the stuff that's coming out my brother's mouth, man. Y'all got to hear this, man. It's going to be some life-changing, life-saving information being dispensed here today.
That's awesome.
We talk about champions of change, champions of progress, champions of success. Well, this is the epitome of that. And this ain't nothing I heard. This is something I know for a fact. With no further ado, we're going to welcome. We're going to put the claps together for my brother, Top Shelf, D. Reed.
What's up? What's going on, my bro? What's going on? Let's go.
Too much.
We on. We live.
We
like it live. I like going live. You know what I mean? I love going live. Yeah. You know, because when you go live, you know what I mean, it's no holds barred. You know what I mean? You're gonna say it's gonna be what it is, you know?
It is what it is.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Let me first say this, man, before we go on. I want to just say thank you, man, because when you reach out to people and you asking something for nothing, you know what I'm saying? People will look at you sideways. Let me repeat that. When you reach out to somebody and you asking something for nothing, meaning you ain't got to check to cut them or nothing like that, you get looked at sideways. A lot of times you don't get a response. But guess what? My brother right here responded in less than 15 minutes. Almost brought tears to my eyes. So what I want to do, man, I would like for you to tell us, man, let the audience know who is Top Shelf.
Right. That's what's up, man.
We're gonna go that way and we're gonna work it around and bring it 360. But right now, let us know who Top Shelf D. Reed is.
Well, it started off as D. Reed, with the entrepreneur author from the Riverside Projects. I got into development after that. I started out cutting hair. As you know, I was a barber for years, you know what I mean? And I laid my clippers down and I said, you know what? I done it enough. I love cutting hair. I love the culture. I built something in my community that people love, you know what I mean? And I just say, it's time to walk away from barbering and get into other things. Not like spread my wings out a little bit. So I got into construction. I own a transportation company. So I think entrepreneur has always been in my spirit, you know what I mean, doing entrepreneur things, you know what I mean? I got cutting the hair because number one, I love it, but I also didn't want to have a boss. I wanted to come in my own time, leave my own time. So, it's like D. Reed, and I became the top barber D. Reed. And I ran into a friend of mine who I grew up with, kind of like a mentor too. And he said, we're going to start calling you Top Shelf. He said, why? He said, because I see you doing a lot of top shelf things, but also you got to be top shelf where people got to reach for you. You know what I mean? You can't just, come to you and with the BS and anything. You got to come with top shelf conversation, top shelf business, top shelf idea. And I just kind of grasped that name, and it took me a minute, but I said, yeah, we're gonna call it Top Shelf. So everything, I try to do is try to be top shelf. I mean, coming on here to show is because I consider you top shelf. You know what I mean? I said, I'm coming to see my boy Mark, he's top shelf. So everything I try to do is top shelf. So again, I started at Riverside Projects. My journey is from projects to progress is what I like to say. And growing up in the Riverside Projects, we didn't have...
Hold on. Listen, we're going to get into that, the humble beginnings and all that, but I want you to continue on with some of your businesses and what has, inspired you to take that risk and even know that you can, or think that you can do it.
Okay, I'm gonna say this to you all, and I want y'all listening. Because if anything that you got to take out this interview, I want you to take this phrase right here. This phrase now, 90. Let me put it this way. The phrase is this: most people say when things get right, I'm gonna make a move, but the reality of life is things get right, when you make a move. Please do not take that phrase lightly. 98.99% of people in the world think soon as this get right, and you guys are watching me right now are thinking the same thing. I'm gonna make this move as soon as I get this, or as soon as I get right, or as soon as this. It doesn't work like that. This is what you've been taught. This is what you've been used to in life, that when things get right, I'm gonna make a move. Well, if things got right, you would never move. Let's put that number one right there. Number two, most people say that all the time, but it never works that way. Things get right when you make a move. And I started realizing that. And it's just so many reasons why that it works that way, because also you're moving in also in faith. You know what I mean? And in faith, you got to have faith too. But you also got to put the work in. These type of things people don't understand. Think stuff is just going to come to them again, or things is going to be right for me to now I can move. Nah, it don't work that way. Things get right when you make a move. You got to make the move first, and then God, the universe, coming into an agreement and conspire to bring your thing into fruition. You know what I mean? And that's how I see it. So I got into barbering. I was doing barbering, and I said, you know what? And how I got into construction, because I didn't realize, Mark, that I was kind of like a middleman when it came down to delegating and brokering deals. So I'm behind the barber chair, and someone said, Derek, I need an electrician for this. I need a plumber for this. But I was cutting everybody in the city hair. So I knew the plumber. I knew the electrician. I knew the carpet guy. I knew the floor guy. I knew the roof guy, because I was cutting their hair. But you know what? I wasn't getting no money from it. You know what I mean? And there are people that are making the thousands and millions of dollars just brokering deals. Just saying, you know what? We're going to get you to do this. We're going to get you to do that and all that. And then you get paid. I mean, you got Craigslist or Angie's List. People go on there to look for a plumber, and they get a percentage from finding you a plumber. Meanwhile, I'm behind the chair doing this. I ain't getting paid for it. Right. So I said, I got to learn more about this construction game. You know what I mean? So I started learning about the construction game. Now, before I got my own team, I was subcontracting other people. So I mean, I might do a job and say, hey, I got a plumber, but I might get 10%, maybe get 20%, maybe get 30% off that deal. But I'm getting something off that deal now, and that's how I got into construction. And when you carry a quality, a name, a top shelf name in what you do, and we're going to get more into this too, people start looking at you as in how you do anything is how you do everything. So I was always quality when it came down to cutting hair. I was always on time. I always had integrity. I always had a top-notch haircut and all that. So when I got into other business, it just carried over where, we already know he's a quality guy. We already know he's going to be on time. Because he does that in the barbershop, so I know he's going to do that in construction. He does it in the construction. I know he's going to do that in transportation. He do that, so I know he's going to do that in janitorial. He has a gym. So, these are all the businesses that I own now. You know what I mean? So that quality follows. You know what I mean? But it all stems from me making a move and not waiting for things to get right.
Good thing. I want to go back, because from what I heard, you said, don't wait, make the move. Like a lot of us, we want to make sure the paper right, meaning the money right, make sure the credit score is right, make sure everything is right before we make the move. Why? Because we're afraid to fail. So go ahead, kind of talk about that for a minute.
I think you're right. So let's talk about what you just said. You said 98% of people think that when things get right, I'm going to make a move. But the reality is, again, things get right when you make a move. So the fear comes in. I can't do that. I can't. But that's the thing about it is, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And I got a mentor that's worth about $40-50 million. And he was like, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And I always had that in the back of my mind. And sometimes matter of fact, most times you got to take a risk. Will Smith, Will Smith got in trouble doing all the stuff he's doing, but he's back on the scene doing his music and all that. But he said something real profound. He said, God placed the best things of life on the other side of fear. So when you start thinking of all the best things that you want in life, you got to say that you're going to have to go through that door of fear to get there. There's no other way around it. I'm going to be honest. You're going to have to go through that fear, or you're going to stay where you at and do the same that you've been doing. But if you want more, and you want to grow more, and you want to be on the top shelf level, you want things to be drawn your way, you got to be on that vibe, on that frequency of, I'm going to get it, so you can draw the right things from you. But the only way you can do that, you're going to have to get through fear. Things get right when you make a move, not the other way around. We're going to keep coming back to this. It's some more stuff I want to share with you guys.
What I want to do right now, what I want to do right now, Top Shelf, I want to shout out the people that's in the building. I want to say, man, go hit that share button, share this video, man, so others can get this food. EC, I see you. TT, The ones that's in the building, we will have a time at the end where y'all will be able to ask questions. So be patient with us. EC said, yo, I need this. Okay.
Awesome,
Uh,
awesome, awesome.
so,
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep rocking out. So,
yeah.
so Mark, I was scared to leave behind the chair, but
Okay.
but I knew that was something that I had to do. It's just that I was used to doing the same thing that I've been doing for 30 years, cutting hair, and it was giving me a good income. Not no great income, but just good from what I know now. Just something good that could take care of it. I'm talking about, I ain't scared to stay. I probably was making 100,000 to 150,000 a year cutting hair, and owning a barbershop. So I was doing 100 to 150,000 a year. But I wanted more, you know what I mean? And not just more money. It wasn't just I was motivated by money. I was motivated to live my life. I was motivated to have freedom to come and go as I please, to do what I want to do, rather than travel or spend time with my kids. Like this whole system of the world, not getting too deep, of us getting up on a Monday morning and then working until Friday, and then you squeezing in Friday afternoon with your kids, and then Saturday with your family, and then Sunday you preparing to come back to this mess. You know what I mean? Where you're spending more time on the job than you are with your home family, which is the most important thing in your life. So this system has got us doing things backwards. The things that's most important to us in life, we're not spending time with that. And we instead, because most of us have to. You have to go to job. You have to get work because jobs might not be paying enough. Bills are high now, all that stuff. So I never wanted to be in that cycle, in that system, that matrix, you know what I mean? Where I want to enjoy my life and I want to enjoy my life with my kids. So stepping out in the barber game, from the barber into construction was scary. But you know what happened when I stepped out? I thought I was going to get into doing residential repairs, renovations. Man, my first contract was a commercial contract. Scared me to death. It was a school. It was a school. And they need to get, right before the school started, it was in the summer, before school started, we need to get these windows done. And we had to get these windows done in the school. We went to a company and they wanted to charge us $3 million to get it done. So I'm new in the game. Someone gave him my name. He's quality. He's doing construction. I wasn't even doing commercial then.
Right.
And they end up calling me and say, "Hey, can you come look at it?" Now I know that I don't know nothing about replacing windows, but maybe they don't need to replace the windows, right? So they called me, and I easily got a window company to come in. I could have subbed it and say, "Hey, they're gonna charge $3 million to get this window done. Like, can y'all do it for 2.5? 2.5?" And I tell them 2.7. I walk away with 200,000. You know what I mean? If I really could, I could do it like that. But instead, I went there and see that all the windows can be refurbished. I called another guy that knew something about the windows. We partner up. I got my first commercial contract, was $250,000. First commercial contract for $250,000, coming from the barbershop right to a commercial. And it allowed me to realize the difference between commercial and residential money. You know what I mean? So, and then I got into doing commercial projects. So now today I do mostly commercial. I do some renovation as far as residential, but I do mostly commercial. But I was scared to death at the point I'm trying to make. I was scared to death, but I had to do it scared, because even it didn't feel right at times, because I was in barbering, coming into a big old construction job. It didn't feel right. But sometimes you can't follow the feeling. You got to do what you know is right, even when it don't feel right. And I knew it was right. I knew I had to be a part of this project. I knew it. So I went past the fear, and now I'm doing commercial projects pretty much everywhere.
Okay. Congratulations. Claps up for that.
Yeah.
I want to ask you too, though. I know you got multiple businesses. You co-own a business, but I want to ask you about the book. You are the author of the book, Mindset Go.
Yep.
Explain the title. Explain the title and the concept of the book.
Very good. I'm glad you said that. That's a great question. Number one, Mindset Go. I think everything starts with the mind. And I'm gonna be honest, the main thing one of the other things to take away from this interview is that your mind is everything. And you know how you be a part of a race and you say ready, set, go. All right, ready, set, go. I just took out ready and put mindset go, which is on Amazon. We'll get into that too. In life, all of us are important, but I don't think no one is special. And what I mean by that is we all important in that we have a job and we have a purpose here. However, the special part is that not really special, because anything can happen to anybody at any time, great or bad. You know what I mean? So it's not so special that life is just picked. No, anything can happen to anybody at any time. You know what I mean? But we all are important in our role of being productive in this world and being productive in this world. So I want to write a book that's going to help squeeze you. Squeeze you into knowing who you are and what do you think and how do you feel about things, because we've been taught so much. We've been indoctrinated with so many things, and a lot of stuff that we've been believing and taught, as we got older, it's just simply not true. You know what I mean? For instance, how we start off with, here it goes again. Most people, you think that when things get right, I'm gonna make a move. It doesn't work like that. But we've been taught that. Somebody doctrinated and say, nah, when things get right, or we heard it. So in this book, I really get to open up your mind. I kind of corner you. If you squeeze an orange, right, orange juice comes out because that's what's in it. So what I want to do is create a book that's going to squeeze you, that whatever in you is going to come out of you. Now, the great stuff that come out of you, you capitalize on. The bad stuff that come out of you sometimes when you're being squeezed, because that can happen too. Whereas the bad attitude, wrong decision, all that, you correct. But you're going to be squeezed, and in the end of the day, you're going to find out who you are and what your purpose is. You know what I mean? You're not going to just believe something, which is to accept something that's being true. You're going to start knowing things where you know it's true, but it's backed by knowledge and backed by facts.